Hi guys, welcome to another one. Welcome to another rapid review. For this one, I am doing the Heineken Cup encounter between Leicester Tigers and Edinburgh. Yeah, top game, guys, top game. But I feel like the weather really spoiled it though, because I'm looking at how the both teams we're approaching this game. They like that expansive rugby. They like playing both the sides. But I feel like the weather had an impact on this, and they could not really express themselves. Play the type of game that both teams would like, especially Edinburgh. So yeah, this was a top game, by the way. I must say, top game as usual. Um, I would say the start it started really well for Leicester. They putting a lot of started really well for Leicester. Um, Camping in that Edinburgh's red zone early on in the game, putting pressure on them. As the home team, of course, they must take the game to the visiting team. But Edinburgh could see they well drilled in that defense. They held on there for the first opening phases, but eventually they gave away a penalty in the on the breakdown there, and Tigers number 10, Hundred Pollard, the Springbok, stepped up to score the 3 points. So in the opening moments of this game, it's all Leicester. It's Leicester, 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 Leicester. They even go on. They even win a scrum penalty. But they failed to convert the penalty into 3 points. Because I think Pollard misses the penalty early on there. So yeah, it's Edinburgh really are just absorbing the pressure. But they eventually do get their own opportunity to get into that red zone of Leicester. But the issue with them is that the ball retention on the breakdown is not good from Edinburgh, and their discipline is not also well polished, because they give away a lot of penalties when they're inside the Leicester's half. So Leicester keep surviving also when Edinburgh are coming at them. So I would say in the first half, both teams are it's even. It's an even game. Both teams are knocking each other. It's back and forth. Yeah, there's no one who really blinks. Yeah. Um. As a result, the game remains at 3-0 on the opening moments of this game. Even after the first quarter, it continues as 3-0. That penalty that was scored by Pollard. So when we are approaching half time, Edinburgh nearly score through Darcy Graham, the winger there. He nearly scores the ball, but the ball goes beyond the. So it's a chase from him, but the ball goes beyond the deadline of Leicester's try area. So the game goes nothing really, guys. I'm not gonna say a lot about the first half, because really there's nothing that really happened that is more. I would say there's no major score. It's just these guys having a go at each other. There's no major score, and the game goes to half time. Leicester 3 and Edinburgh 0. So when these guys return from half time, Edinburgh start very well. They have a lot of pace now in their attack, and there's a lot of energy and emergency about what they are doing, putting Leicester under a lot of pressure, and they do get a penalty, Edinburgh, and Blair King Horn steps up to go and slot the 3 points for Edinburgh. So now the scores become even, 3-3 after returning from the first half, after returning in the second half. Sorry. Edinburgh again have a go at Tigers, and get another penalty, and Blair King Horn again slots the 3 points for them, and up the score becomes 6-0. 6-3, sorry, 6 points to Edinburgh, and 3 points to Leicester. The game continues. Entertainment, I must say. But I must say that also there's the issue with the weather. The weather is really affecting our Edinburgh. It's mostly affecting Edinburgh because they're making a lot of handling errors when they're passing the ball. I think by this time they made about 19 handling errors. So you can't be making those mistakes in a game. You're supposed to at least, but I don't blame the players also because of the conditions. It can be tricky when you're playing rugby under wet conditions because it's hard to catch the ball when it's passed to you at that pace. It can be hard to catch it. So these guys are Leicester. Do some changes in their subs. They bring in one of the guys they bring in is Jesper Visa, our number 8, Springbok number 8. He comes in. When he comes in, he really makes an impact for Leicester. A huge impact. The way they play, they break down their carries, the way they defend. He just does. I think he comes in and injects something in the team. It's a smart tactical move by the coach of Leicester actually to bring him in the second half, because I think really he changed the whole game single-handedly by himself. Because when he came in, Leicester just became a different beast, and then Edinburgh couldn't handle them anymore. And as a result, they get a line out at Leicester, close to the Edinburgh's try line, and the ball goes loose. And Jesper Vies collects the ball, and then it goes around and to finish off a beautiful try by himself. It's a beautiful individual try from him. Really just shows the caliber of the player, top player. There's a reason why the Springbok number 8, this guy. He's a top player, Jesper Visa. And Pollard converts the try. It's a beautiful combination of these guys. It's a beautiful try from Leicester, really. Visa really impressed me here. He really impressed me. You can see top players in these games, top games in big games. Top players come up in big games. They rise up in big games. And Jesper Visa really showed why he's such a top player. Also a superstar from the coach. Edinburgh, on one of their attacks, they get a penalty. It's a good sitting penalty, but Bofele misses the kick and he hits the post. But a let off for these guys, for Leicester. So Leicester also have a go at Edinburgh, multiple times having a go at them, also testing them, and they eventually give away a penalty to Jamie Ritchie. He makes a mistake when he's trying to steal the ball on the rack. His hands first reach the ground, and then before he tries to scoop the ball. So Pollard steps up to kick this ball, and he slots in the 3 points for Leicester Tigers. The game continues, but the pressure is starting to show on Edinburgh's side. Their players are making a lot of mistakes when they are catching the ball. They are dropping the ball, conceding a lot of knockouts. So even though they try to come back to the game, but they're making mistakes. The kicking is bad. Most of their box kick from their 9 Pygos, they get charged down. So it's not going well for Edinburgh. Even though they are trying to fight in this game, it's not going well for them. And they consider another penalty again, Edinburgh. You see again, and Pollard comes up to slot in the 3 points again. Pollard is so good in this game, guys. I must also point it out. Him and Van Potvliet, the number 9, they are so good in this game. The game management, the way they manage the game, the way they control the flow, the rhythm of the game, the kicks, the territorial game. If you are ahead, you stay ahead. By doing what? You pin the other team in their own red zone. These guys are doing so well, finding that space behind the Edinburgh's defense, kicking on the right areas of the field. When they have to find the grass, they find the grass. When they have to go for the touch, they find the touch. The box kicks from this guy, from number 9, Van Potvliet, are also on point. So it's Leicester. It's all Leicester. It's all Leicester. Even though it's all Leicester in the final 10 minutes, it's all Leicester. They are trying. Edinburgh try, of course, don't give up. They try their own also to try to fight, but Tommy Raphael steals the ball when they are trying to really come back. Tommy Raphael is also another player who's doing very well here for Leicester. He's a very good poacher. This guy, Tommy Raphael from Wales. So the Edinburgh try, but I think There are too many errors from them. Too many errors. Yeah, and nothing really happens for Edinburgh until the game ends. And the final score is Leicester 16, Edinburgh is 6. Top game, I won't lie to you guys. This was a very good game. It was very good from both sides. But I feel sorry for Edinburgh because I think the weather really did them dirty here. Because of how they like to play their rugby, Edinburgh. They like playing expensive rugby. So today it was wet underfoot, and also the ball was also wet. So passing the ball was not gonna be an option. Passing it frequently was not gonna be good for any team on the night. So players who did well for me here, Van Potfleet from the English number 9. He really kicked well. He's a top player, this guy, Van Potfleet. He's a very good player, top talent from England. Again, he showed why he's in England's number 9. He's a very good player. The box kicks are good. The passes, decision making was good. He's a good player. Jamil Ritchie from Edinburgh also did very well here for Edinburgh. His skills, his carries, he's a leader. He showed why he's a senior also. Hunter Pollard, another guy who did really well for Leicester. He's very elegant, Hunter Pollard. Manages the game very well. He's calm. He's a calm head, level-headed, experience. The way he passes the ball, the way he kicks, and then also not missing those important kicks, 3 points, for Leicester. And the man of the match was Leicester, was Jesper Wiese. He was so good for these guys today. He was so good for these guys on the night. He played really well. I think the coach was very smart to bring him in the second half, as I said, because he changed the game completely for Leicester. Brought some agency, energy, and then some accuracy in how they were going about doing things overall in the whole game. So yeah, it was a top game. Congratulations, congrats to Leicester. Congrats to Leicester. Hard luck to Edinburgh. Thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your afternoon. Sorry.